Welcome back to another Blacktastic episode of the People Before Politics show, Sunday Rundown, powered by Black Westchester Magazine. I'm your host, Damon K. Jones, joined by my brother, A.J. Woodson, and bringing that fresh perspective, Larnaz Kinsey. Every Sunday, we pull back the curtain on the issues shaping our families, our cities, and our future, from health and safety to policy and power. It's because our mission is simple. Put the people first, not the politics. It's going to be Blacktastic.
Welcome. You are tuned into Black Westchester Presents, the People Before Politics radio show, giving you that real talk for the community since 2014. I'm AJ Woodson. Damon K. Jones is MIA for the day. He took the day off. He's not going to be here, but I got the lovely Larnaz Kinsey. Do you know I be trying to put an L in your name? I be saying Kinsley. Like sometimes I be trying to give you an extra L.
Everyone.
Yeah, I was like, yo, that's not her name. Anyway, what's up, Donnie Moore? What's good? Yes.
Hi, Danny.
we are up to something like, because I stopped counting every show. Like I used to say, show 505, 600. We got to be up to about 750 by now. So I'm not sure where we are, but we're going to go with that number. So welcome to show 750. We've been doing this since 2014, coming up upon our 12-year anniversary of Black Westchester, People Before Politics. Thank you, Donnie. Thank you. Yo, first things first, y'all know I am the biggest Knicks fan in the world. I guess second to Spike Lee because he got money to go to them games and I don't. So I got to give him that. But, yo, the New York Knicks won the 2026 NBA championship. Mm-hmm. This is the first championship since 1973. This is the first final since 1999. Couple of things real quick. So 1973, I was 7. So it wasn't exactly, I ain't gonna front like I was really rooting for the Knicks and all that. I started following them in like 83 when they had Bernard King before they drafted the beast from the Big East, Patrick Ewing. So 83 to now, I've been waiting 43 years for this day. 43 years. I wrote a whole bunch of stuff on my Substack talking about it. Yo, it's crazy. Yo, this has been a historic season, a historic year. So I'm just gonna read the intro to my joint. After 53 years of heartbreak, disappointment, near misses, and endless hope, the New York Knicks finally climbed back to the top of the basketball world. The Knicks defeated the San Antonio Spurs 94-90 in Game 5 of the NBA Finals to capture their first NBA championship since 1973, winning the series 4-1. Leading the way was Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson, who delivered a legendary performance with 45 points, including 15 in the fourth quarter. Before I go any further, he scored 45 points by himself. The rest of the Knicks scored 49 points. He almost outscored his whole team. Yo, he scored 5 more points. He actually would have outscored the whole team. Earning the NBA Finals MVP honors and cementing his place among the greatest players in franchise history. This championship caps one of the most remarkable seasons ever by an NBA team. They won the 2026 Emirates NBA Cup. They're the champions. They're the 2026 NBA champions. This is their first championship since 1973. This is their third consecutive 50-win season, something they have not done since the 70s. This is their first Eastern Conference championship since 1999. They are the first team to win the NBA Cup and the NBA championship in the same season. They won 13 consecutive playoff wins, tying the second longest postseason winning streak in NBA history. They overcame the largest halftime lead in NBA playoffs. Oh, no, they had the largest halftime lead, in NBA playoffs, 47 points versus Atlanta. They had the largest comeback in NBA Finals, 29 points in Game 4 against the Spurs. They're the first team to win 3 consecutive series clinching games by 30-plus points. They had the highest point differential, 272. That means in those 16 wins, they outscored collectively the other teams by 272 points. That is the highest point differential over any 12-game postseason span in NBA history. And at the center of it all was the 2018 second round, 33rd overall pick, the 6'2" point guard, Jalen Brunson, who completed one of the greatest individual seasons in NBA history after winning the NBA Cup MVP and the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He added the NBA Finals MVP, becoming the first player to capture all 3 awards in the same season. For Knicks fans who lived through the heartbreak of Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller, I'm getting my PTSD is coming back just remembering all this. The 1999 Finals loss and a decade of maybe next year. The wait is finally over. I have to admit, I damn near cried. I personally waited 43 years for this day. I was only 7 in 73 and really didn't start watching the Knicks seriously to 83 with Bernard King. One of the greatest things that I enjoyed watching was seeing Charles Oakley there to witness the team capture the championship. For anybody who already know, Charles Oakley got beef with Dolan. Dolan, the owner of the Knicks, threw him out of the stadium, threw him out the Madison Square Garden, banned him, and he can't come back to the Garden. So I'm glad they won it in San Antonio so he could see this team win. The New York Knicks are champions. The Larry O'Brien Trophy is back to New York. And for the first time in 53 years, Knicks fans like myself can finally say the New York Knicks are the NBA champions. Yo, let me just tell you, I was so amped. I'm still just, it's like, you have that dream and it's like, yo, you just waiting to wake up and find out that it was only a dream. Like, I'm dead serious. Mm-hmm. It's really like that. And I wrote another piece. I'm not going to read it now. It's on my Substack talking about being.
Oh, you freezing.
Have no idea what they're going through. Did I freeze up or can you still hear me?
You freeze. You were frozen. You back. You back from the Matrix. You talking that fire.
So if you're not from New York and you're not a New York Knicks fan, you can't possibly understand when you see them crazy crowds of people outside, what they are feeling. I'm 60. Anybody under my age has never seen a championship by the New York Knicks. 94, funny story, Lanez, 94, it was in the finals. They were playing the Houston Rockets. I'm a big Knicks fan. I got New York Knicks license plates. Patrick Ewing does the finger roll instead of the dunk. He misses it. We lose the game. I'm in Atlanta 2 weeks later. I'm speeding. I'm doing like 20 miles over the speed limit. A motorcycle cop rolls up to me. I think I'm about to get a ticket. He says, roll down your window. I rolled down my window. He said, my condolences. You a Knicks fan, huh? And then drove off. I was like, yo, I'm getting clowned by motorcycle cops in Atlanta. Like, yo, that's what it's like to be a Knicks fan. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I thought I was getting a ticket. A motorcycle cop was clowning me because they just lost the finals and the way they lost. And I got New York Knicks plates. And he was just like, oh, my condolences, brother. Yo, I'm like, yo, that's what it's like to be a Knicks fan. A whole lot of disappointments, a whole lot of mess ups. Unfortunately, the Michael Jordan era, we had to go through Chicago to make it further. So all those years they won, we didn't win. We didn't get there. Mm-hmm. A lot of good players did not get championships because of Michael Jordan. Then we had Reggie Miller, the whole choke thing and the whole thing and all that stuff. And y'all know what I'm talking about. So, yo, when I seen it, I went to game 4, watch party. at the Westchester County Center. It's where the G League, the Westchester Knicks play. So Ken Jacobs had a watch party. I'm there. We're down by 29.
Mm-hmm.
People are leaving. I had my tripod and everything. I broke down the tripod, put it in the bag. I had the little handheld thing. I'm like, yo. So then they start coming back. When they actually came back, that place was on fire like they were at the Garden. Like it was just crazy. The energy in there was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, it's people were really rooting for this. Even I know people that are like, I'm not a Knicks fan, but I hope they win though. Like you wanted to see the team win. And this Knicks team here, it makes up what the city is about. You know, gritty, grimy, by any means necessary. People have been counted out. Jalen Brunson was a second-round draft pick. They thought that he would never really be a star. You know what I'm saying? Josh Hart was traded to a bunch of teams. Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, it was like, yo, he's never going to be this, never be that. Mikal Bridges, they were complaining all the draft picks we gave to Brooklyn. He wasn't worth it. After they lost the 2 games to Atlanta, they were like, fire the coach, trade everybody but Jalen, get Giannis. Then they went on a 13-game win streak, and they won them games by like double digits, and it was killing teams. They put Atlanta away. They swept Philly, and Mitch got his get back because Embiid did the dirty play in the 2 playoffs ago, where Mitch was going up and he had fell to the ground, and he's pulling Mitch out of the air by his leg. He comes down crazy. He's injured. He's out for the rest of the series. You know what I'm saying? On that same court, under that same basket, Mitch does a monster jam on top, slams it in his face, like posterizes him. Yo, that picture is everywhere. So it was just like, yo, people still counted us out. We won 1 series. Oh, these teams are weak. They're never going to beat none of the West Coast teams. They counted us out. But these guys were like, never say never, never quit, no matter how far down they got. I remember when they was down 29, I was like, yo, when they got it to 15, I was like, yo, we were down 22 with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We're down 15 with the whole fourth quarter. I think they could do this. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, and with every play, you know, we would get it down to 7, they would get it back up to 9 or 10. We'd get it down to 5, they get it back up to 8. You know, just like this whole thing. And they win this game, and I couldn't believe it. And then, you know, Wemby's supposed to be the second coming of whoever, the alien. You know what I'm saying? They call him the alien. But you know what? You know what movie was made in New York? MIB, Men in Black. They deal with aliens, you know what I'm saying?
So was Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and so was Ghostbusters. We ain't afraid of no ghosts or no aliens. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? So they dealt with him. Becky Hammond, who was a champion, she's won with, I forget what team, with the WNBA, and now she's a coach. She went on this rant that the Knicks can never win the championship because they have a 6'2" guard leading their team, and he was too small of a player to lead a team to a championship. Guess what happened? Guess where her jersey's hanging? In San Antonio, in the place where we just won the championship, her jersey was hanging right there. That's where her jersey's retired at. That's where her jersey's retired. So you owe my man an apology. You know what I'm saying? So we were counted out by everybody. And that's like New York. It's like being a minority in New York. You counted out. They counted you. You were down and out. They said you couldn't do it. They underestimated you. And you survived regardless. So they just like the city, they were the makeup of the city, how the city is. And it was a beautiful thing. And I'm not going to go on. I have a Substack. Just go Substack at AJ Woodson. And you'll read all of the coverage of all of that. But it was amazing. And I just had to get that out. There was so much more. But I just had to get that out. I really did. Let's go Knicks. the New York Knicks are the 2026 NBA champions. I honestly was not sure that I would ever say that out loud. When I was writing it, I was like, yo, I never thought I wasn't sure I would ever write these words. I really didn't know if it would ever happen. I've always believed, but believing and expecting are two different things. You know, like I believed. No. And then let me tell you another joke. So somebody was like, yo, they were speaking on my faith. I was like, yo, you believe, your faith is crazy. Yo, how'd you get that way? I said, I believe, God and all that. But you know what helped with your faith? Being a lifelong Knicks fan. Believing that these dudes could win it when they never seen them win it before. That'll help you have some faith. I believed every year we were going to do it the next year. Even we only won 17 games a year. Like, I believed, and that's what New York Knicks fans. And we traveled to all those cities and took over their arenas. San Antonio, Game 5, somewhere like 60% of the tickets were sold to people from New York and New Jersey. 60%. So while their star is on the foul line about to shoot the ball, they're being booed in their own arena.
That's the New York energy.
New York. And then, it helped that Dolan makes the prices so unaffordable at Madison Square Garden. I checked the prices on this. It is cheaper for me and you right now, if there was another game, to book an airline round-trip ticket and get one of the best seats in San Antonio, and it would still be cheaper than a good seat at New York. So that's why they flew to Cleveland. Philly, they just drove down 2 hours or jumped on Amtrak for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Atlanta, they just took over Atlanta, but half of New York, half Atlanta is people live from New York anyway. So, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, they took over arenas and made other people's arenas Madison Square Garden South, Madison Square Garden East, Madison Square Garden Southwest. Like, you know what I'm saying? No matter what they was called, that's what they and it was crazy. And I'm just so elated. Like I like, to be honest, when I say I was really almost crying. And I know a lot of people who did, a lot of grown ass men who were crying. I was like, I believed. I really thought this was our year. I thought it was destiny and all that. But, we done messed up a little bit, gave up these big leads. And there was still, all these years, these 43 years of PTSD of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was hard not to kick in every now and then. But, these dudes actually did it, yo. The team.
Well, my husband is a Spurs fan, and my daughters are Knicks fans along with me, but he was able to convert my youngest daughter. So this morning, the FaceTimes was crazy because my husband go to sleep early. So, so my daughter was like, "What'd you say about the Spurs? What? 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 He talked about, I want to talk to the real Knicks fans." What? We were like, "You from the Bronx, sir? You ain't even never been to St. Antonio. How you a St. Antonio fan?" It was crazy, but I love this win. I can't wait for Thursday's parade. Definitely gonna be down there. Definitely gonna be covering. Definitely gonna have an article not only for your Substack, but for Black Westchester. It's a great moment to celebrate the city. It's a lot of things going on in this city today. Happy Puerto Rican Day Parade. That's what I say.
Alvarado should be the what you call him, the chairman. He should be Grand Theft Alvarado, boy. Oh boy. There was so many storylines. So we hadn't been to the finals since 1999. You know who we lost to?
Who?
The Spurs got their first championship in 1999.
Oh, wow.
Against us. You know who was on that team?
Who?
Rick Brunson, the father. The Knicks. So Jalen got revenge for his father. Like, you know what I'm saying? His father was like, 99. Then Patrick's knees were shot. I think he had appendicitis, something. He couldn't even play. But yeah, the San Antonio got their first
So you know what that was?
Against the Knicks.
You know what that was, right? For
What?
early Father's Day gift.
Oh
Here
yeah,
you go.
There's a picture of him. There's a picture of him holding the Larry O'Brien, and it says "Early Father's Day gift." That's what it says. So they're the first father and son to play for a team to both make it to the finals. And ironically, played the same team.
Right.
And then as he's the coach, he's the assistant coach. They're the first father and son to compete together for NBA Finals. As the coach and the player.
They making history all around.
Yo, and like I said, Jalen is the first one to get the mid-season cup, the Emperor's Cup MVP, the Eastern Conference Final MVP, and now the NBA Finals MVP. Yo, nobody's done that before, and we're also the first to win the Cup, the Eastern Conference, and the Final. So when they hang the banners, they can hang all three of them now. Like, just hang all three of them now.
This is going to be Thursday. I can't wait.
No, but they don't do the banners on Thursday. That's going to be the parade. But I don't know when they do the banners. It might be beginning of next year. So here's another thing. So Patrick Ewing, John Starks, I think Bernard King, they're hired by the New York Knicks as ambassadors, team ambassadors, advisors. They will also get a ring. So Patrick did not get one as a player, but he will get one.
Wow.